Thank you, Dr. Chairman. And I would like to wish and hope everyone are well, good health, and most important, all of us need to stay strong. Today, the outline of my presentations will be covered on 5 areas. First will be on the financial highlight for 2020, followed by project highlight, then prospect beyond 2021. We will update you on the automation and digitizations that we have been carried out for the year. And lastly, embracing on the ESG in constructions. Okay, from the group revenue and PBT margins for the last 5 years, I think for the PBT, yes, we achieved more than 8%. Due to last year of the COVID-19, I think our PBT dropped to 6.5%, and our turn on the revenue is 1.5 billion. The detail of the shortfall here is, if you look at 2019, in terms of the constructions divisions, on the revenue, we so-called achieved 1.6 million, and then for the 2020, there's a drop 10% to 1.455 billion. On the precast segment, in 2019, we achieved our revenue of 150, and there's a drop of 35% to 97.4 million. I think for the construction segment, there's a drop. I think we all know that it's due to the 2.5 months of the MCO that we don't have much activity and the productivity is low. And the same goes to the Singapore side. There's a circuit breakdown, I think, in the second quarter, even though they open up on the third quarter. The efficiency of the project or the productivities is allowed is only 50%. These are the reason why for last year our revenue is dropped an average of 10% for the constructions and around 35% on the precast divisions. On the PBT, for the construction 2019, 1.155 million, dropped 36% to 98, and from the precast 2019, 2.8 million, and we managed to maintain quite close to what we have achieved in 2019, although it's a drop about 0.9%. I think from the construction side, I believe that as an overall, from the group perspective, I think we are proud to share that with the prudent, and we managed to reduce 25% on our administrative costs, right? Despite that we hit by the COVID-19. Okay, on our balance sheet ratio, 2020, I think on the average on ROE is 12%. The ROCE is also 12%. And the dividend that we have paid out is 4%, 4 cents, and is equivalent to our 71% dividend payout ratio. And 2020, our gearing is 0.16 times, and it's due to some of our project in India on a hybrid and also investment in our precast. These are some of the project highlights for the 2020 that we have completed. This is the Putra Line Package 201 that we received our CPC. This is another project, Nippon Express Malaysia New Warehouse in Shah Alam, and this is a joint venture between us with Taisei Corporation. We completed last year. These are some of the precast jobs in Singapore that we have completed. This is in Sengkang NC4C41 Singapore. Another precast project in Singapore is N1C113 that we complete in full delivery on the 28th of October last year. These are some of the ongoing project. This is the TMB HQ campus phase 2 in Bangsa. This is another project, PNLC for under Petronas New Leadership Center in Bangi. This is some of our in-house project, residential Sunway Serene in Kelana Jaya. Another one, medical center. This is in Bandar Sunway. This is another healthcare facility project that we have built in Seberang Jaya. Lastly, this is the infra job that currently we built the LRT3. This is the last portion that connect between our package G07 and Z08. We expected we will fully connect this bridge in November this year. And we will, if with this, then we have finished the whole lines for our package G07 and G08. Okay, current our outstanding book is 4.8 billion and consists of building work external is consists of 13%, and in terms of value is 642 million. Next is the infra and piling 450 million. And India, there's 2 new hybrid job, 800 million there. Our in-house building job become to about 2.6 billion. That's consists of 50%, 53% of our overall order books. Then come with the sustainable, which means this is our renewable energy, 33, and then the last one, 400 million, is on our precast in Singapore. Okay, prospect 2021 and beyond. There's 2 areas that I would like to brief our shareholders and stakeholders is on the first one. We are talking about navigating our operation during COVID-19 pandemic, and the second topic that I would like to share is reinventing our business. Okay, during this COVID-19 pandemic, first of all, we have trained 1,003 of our employees, and of course, we have our own business continual plan, and we have been refined merry round, and we have another new SOP that how can we return to work, and all of us have a mindset that confident that our so-called site is safe, our workforce are safe, and the other one is the accommodations of our workforce. On top of that, I think we have close to 95 virtual sessions with our business partner across all our project sites, whether it is in Southern, Northern, or Center, to share with them our business continual plan and also how to return to work SOP, and based on all the strict requirements that have been set up by the authority. On top of that, I think we also have a random 5% on our workforce. Every month we test on site to ensure that all our workforce, they are free from the COVID-19 positive case. And as of today, we have conducted close to about 46,000 of COVID-19 tests that we have carried out to our staff and workers. And due to this new norm and also the new SOP that we have to so-called adhere to, we have spent about 3.1 million up to date. And in terms of vaccination, and we believe that this is the way forward, for the first dose, as of today, we have vaccinated about 96%. Full second dose is 62%. This is for the company-wide. If we are talking about the central region, as of today, we managed to vaccinate full, close to about 75%. So these are some of the so-called activity that we have been carried out in order that we can return to work safe and all our business partner workers have confidence in it. First, I think we all know that the government also emphasized, and now it's become an act, and all of us need to have a centralized so-called labor's quarters. I think for Suncon Group, we have three. One is in Dinkil, the other one in Klang, and Southern Region, one in Copra Camp, and they can take out about capacity of about close to 2,000 plus workforce. And as of today, yes, I think all our CLQ comply to the Act 446, and we got the approval from the authority. On top of that, I think beside the CLQ that have been enforced by the authority, I think early of this year, among all the so-called association, NBAM, REDA, I think we have a few dialogue with the authority that we are sharing with them that with only the CLQ and that we are not ready and not many people have the CLQ in place. The external labor quarters is also important in our industry, right? And I think this is the new bill, and the governments allow all of us to still using this ELQ, but there's certain processes in order all of us to need to get the approval. For Suncon, we have about 18 projects, and add up to be, we have about 494 units of external so-called labor's quarter that we need to manage. Some belong to us, and most of it belong to our business partner, right? Under the new guideline means that we have a 4 stages. Means that we need stage 1, we need to register online. Stage 2, we need to submit all our documentation to JTK. And then stage 3, JTK will come for the inspection. And the last stage that we will give we will got the certificate for accumulations. Right. Well, what I like to share with all of you is as of today that all our business partner, we have registered close to 96%, and come to the stage 2, we have achieved 69%, and they are all ready for the authority to come for inspection. And because of this COVID-19, I think this process a bit delayed. And as of today, I think JTK came to inspect close to about 36%. Okay, these are some of the pictures that I would like to share that our LRT CLK in Klang, Cobra Cram in Johor, and some of the pictures the new requirements for the CLQ. Okay, come to the item number 2, reinventing our business, grow through adjacent business. First, I would like to share that, yes, I think since last year, this is one of our new strategy that we look at the sustainability, sustainable energy. So I think we have start looking at the rooftop solar. As of today, we have secured close to about 26 megawatt of works under the rooftop solar, and we have completed about 8.6. Ongoing as today, we still got about 17 megawatts to complete by this year or next year. On my right hand side, I can share with you, this is one of the IoT that we have looked into it when we come up with a solar dashboard that we can monitor the performance of the rooftop that we have installed. On the sustainability energy, whether it's rooftop or solar farm, I think we have also presented to our board, and we asked the board to pledge. As of today, we are given the green light of 300 million to be invested in this so-called sustainable energy. So for 2021, the target investment that we are looking at is 30 million. This 30 million equivalent to about 15 megawatts, right? Then the rest that what we have planned for 2022, 120, and then 2023, 150 millions. So hopefully in 2024, I think 70% from this recurring income will come from this new investment. So this is part of our plan, and we have get the green light from the board that this is the pledge that from the group perspective, we will invest in this so-called new business. Okay, on the other one is just to share that if we look at the ESG environmental, so we also believe that based on the Malaysian Green Technology or the Climate Change Central and the US Environment Protection Agency recommendation, I just would like to share that based on our 30 million investment that we have pledged for the rooftop for 2020 and 2021, this will come to equivalent to about 15 megawatt. This 15 megawatt will help us to able to so-called avoid the carbon emission, talking about 10,000 tons, right? And if we compare to the tree planting, right, we can see equivalent to about 151,000. So these are some of the measurements that we are looking into it, and initiative that how can we reduce the carbon footprint that as a group that we have generated. These are some of the initiatives. On top of that, I think we also invested in this district cooling system. I would like to share that we have finalized with our so-called sister company. I think in one of our projects, the so-called CP2, Commercial Precinct 2 in Bandar Sangway, this will be our first maiden project that we joint venture with NG. Hopefully that from the group perspective, we look at the sustainable needs, right? And if with this cooling district, it can serve some of the office tower, or in future, we look at from our commercial side, our mall, right, our hotel, right, or our education hubs. This is one of the sustainability needs that we are looking into it. Okay, on the new business model, I think we have shared last year with everyone. So on the hybrid annual model HAMS, we secured the second project in India. I think the first one in May, the second job that we secured is in October 2020. So now in India, we have two hybrid so-called HAM project that we are embarking. After we have finished the project, 3 years down the road, we are planning to divest these two projects in the infrastructure risk in India. And presently, you look at most of the India's those listed company, they are looking into this avenue. Okay, these are some of the examples that we have shared. Even yesterday or 2 days ago, I think India, I think under the government also looking into 81 billions, if I recall it right. They are looking into some of to reinvest their or divest their infrastructure in this category. On the other hand, we call it monetize it in order that they can invest more. Okay, I think the other one, we also, beside the hybrid, I think we're also looking at public-private partnership. I think middle of this year, I think MRT Corp have called for RFI with all the interested party. How can we have a hybrid on this project partnering with the government? So we have submitted our proposal. So we are waiting for MRT Corp when to call for this actual tender. Most probably will be either end of the year or maybe beginning of next year. So this is another new so-called business model that we are embarked on. Okay. Beside that, we are talking about growth through regional expansion. I think we'd like to share that currently these are the 4 countries that we are focusing on, right? Beside India, Singapore. The other two that we are looking closely is Philippines and Indonesia. Okay, on the automation and digitization, I would like to share with you that this is a fully automated robotic plant that we have invested in Singapore. That's called ICPH plant. Just to share with you that we expect this to complete in third quarter of next year, and hopefully this will be help to for us to increase our so-called capacity beside our two plant in so-called Johor. Okay, so now we are expecting that yes, we will start operating this fully automated robotic plant in third quarter next year. Okay, this is not new to us. I think we have embarked on this journey more than 10 years. I just would like to share with everyone that what we have done and update on the digitization platform roadmap that we have been carried out. I think for the 3D, we call BIM. Presently, you are talking about modeling of all the project. I think from this year onward, we have embarked any of our project that we undertake, we need to be in the 3D mode. Okay, and of course, I think from this year onward, I think we also embark on the 4D. 4D means on the project scheduling that be able to give us the real time and capturing the data, how the project been performed. Okay, 5BIM, I think this is the pilot project we have embarked on. This one of the project, because of the data and the model that we have been captured in the system, we be able to generate the bills of quantity, right? And on top of that, we also hopefully that the self-generated BQ, we also can look at how can we do our e-progress claim based on the data that we have modeled. Okay, so all of this initiative, on top of that, also the automated DO matching that we are embarking on, we will complete by this year, and we can see that 3, 4, 5D will be able to run it. Okay, complete the 3, 4, and 5 in next year, and we will embark these 3, 4, and 5D in most of our project undertaking. On the 6D, we are talking about to complete this so-called new initiative. With all the data that we have been captured and produced, we can embark on another new journey called the facility management here. I think we have completed one biggest BIM facility management job in Malaysia, is Puzzle F. That we are depending on external platform. I think this 6D that we have planned is we are work closely with our university. Hopefully we can have one of the platform that is belong to us. I think we have been embarked on this since last year, and we are in a quite advanced stage. Hopefully by end of this year, we can roll out this 6D on our facility management. Okay. Besides that, I think we also embark on the 7D initiative and 8D. 7D initiative are more on the sustainability, right, or the green initiative that we are embarking on. And on the 8D is more on our so-called ESH, is more on our processes for our safety or our quality. Means that on the TQM so-called version. So with that, we hope that we can automate most of our reports, even our progress up dating. And we believe from here then we have a more lean so-called organizations, and from a COE perspective, and improve all our efficiency, right? When we embark on this journey, and since last year we start to capture what we have benefited from this so-called digitizations investment. I'd like to share that here 100% of all our secure project, as just now I have mentioned, we will deliver in BIM, right? And we have record that 7% reduction in our resources, and that can come to saving close to about 1.2 million in terms of design management costs, right? Besides fast drafting, we have time saving here, and beside the drafting and also the coordination work. We understand that when we embark on this journey, I think there's not so much talent or trained people on this so-called digitization platform BIM. So internally, we have started our journey that we have to train our own so-called staff. So as of today, I think we come up with our own manual, this and that. We have trained about close to 500 of our own staff that they know how to operate based on this new platform. Okay. On top of that, if we look at we embark on this, we're able to reduce in paper, and then most of the report is automated or digitized report time capturing are all real time. And you look at the life and land on the ESG, okay, we be able to what I'm trying to say here, on these notes, we be able to help us to improve on our processes. Okay, on the last, my so-called report here is on embracing ESG in constructions. Okay, these are the three pillars: environmental, social, and governance, right? Okay, based on the ESG, we set some future value and set some goal from now till 2030. We need to align our sustainability agenda with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDG. So I think based on that, we also set what is our performance. There's three criteria here. The first one, we're talking about meeting interim target. And the other one, whether it's fall short within 1 year, and the other one is whether we fall short more than 2 years, and we might need to review and revise our target if that is necessary. So we set ourselves 3 criteria, and we draw our own plan, right? We have the so-called future, and then 2030 target, the interim target, right? Our annual target, that is 2020, then how we all have performed. Okay, on the goal 1, on the construction sustainability, we need to go to goal 1, sustainability constructions. Okay, so under this sustainability constructions, we have set ourselves a few criteria here. First, I think we look at the reduction on carbon emission intensity. It means that we look at as a company how much we produce from our work or from our machinery that we emit the carbon emissions. Okay, we said that we want to reduce 10% from the current 2020 levels. Our current 20 level baseline is 98 tons carbon emission per our so-called total revenue, IM per million. So we start this year, we set some of baseline and guideline, not only on the carbon emission, we also look at our reduction in our water usage, and we also look at the waste, and we also look at that, how can our so-called supply chains that be able to embark on the ISO 14001 certified. Okay, so all these are in progress, and we set certain so-called baseline. And on top of that, looking at the QLASIC score, and then this is more on the quality score, we set ourselves 80%, right? And of course, this year, because of this COVID, there's no QLASIC assessment have been carried out. On our goal number 2, fair, safe, and inclusive workplace. It's the same thing. We also set our own target till 2030, like maintenance zero bribery, and also corruptions, zero fatality. They achieved the accident rate or lost time injury at 0.3 and so on. And as of today, we also look at our performance in terms of zero bribery and corruption incident. As of today is 0. So we put ourselves, we meet the interim target, right? And under the fatality, that yes, we have 2 fatal accidents. So in the 1 year time interim, we are looking, yes, we have 4 short. Okay, for the so-called lost time injury rates, we achieve about 0.54 with 4 occupation accident, right? So we look at this one, we meet our target, right? And come to the maintenance of notice received from the authority, we have achieved in a ratio of 0.36 compare our target 0.1. So we categorize ourselves 4 short in the so-called 1 year, right? Same go to the learning, okay? I think there's one good news that I would like to share, that we are one of the few Malaysian companies that we also have been so-called joined this so-called Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosure. So I think from this year onward, we will embark on this journey. And some of these initiatives I'd like to share on the environmental or ESG that we have so-called initiated. For instance, like this is one of our precast plant in Sinai. So we have put on the so-called solar panel, and this solar panel will generate about 96 megawatt. And from here we can see that, in terms of emission of carbon dioxide, we can avoid about 57 tons, and come to the trees planting, we're talking about 865, right? Okay, this is some of the water recycling initiative that we have embarked. So from the batching plants on our precast plant, and the water we will recycle, and then we can use it for our sanitary purpose. And this will estimated that hopefully we can save about 5,000 annually, right? These are some of the initiatives that we have embarked. Same thing go to our new so-called our workshop in this somewhere enterprise park, Puchong. We also put up the solar rooftop, and we estimate during the life cycle of this rooftop will generate about 330 megawatt, equivalent to 193 tons of carbon emission avoidance. In terms of tree, we are talking about close to about 2009. And in this plant, we also have the rainwater harvesting system that can give a capacity of 5.6 meter cube. All these will use for our so-called sanitary purpose. In terms of our fleet of machinery, I would like to share that yes, we have a very good scheduled maintenance for all our fleet. Our fleet now are in between 1 to 10 years, okay? And some of the fleet that we have disposed, I think we can fetch a better market value because of our extensive maintenance plan. On top of that, we also recycle some hydraulic oils, and this we use it for our maintenance purpose, okay? And then all our so-called waste oil, and we dispose it according to the legal requirement, so that we have appointed those so-called approved collector to help us to dispose all these waste. Okay, on top of the human capital development, okay, on our workforce, we have about 1,500 males and 280 females. In terms of pay equality, I think yes, our ratio is men and women is same. And we also invested in training and development that we have spent close to about 270,000. Right, and I think if you look at the number, it's more and compare with our employee. Because of this COVID-19, I think all of us have learned that training doesn't need to be a face-to-face, and quite a fair bit of our training also being carried out using virtual. Okay, so it's not so much of the cost that we need to invest nowadays, is the time and also the effort. In terms of incident on human right violation, I think it's still 0. Accident frequency rate is 0.27. Okay, these are some of the enriched life for a better tomorrow to the community that we have embarked on. Beside the so-called Orang Asli community, we also look at National Disaster Relief Fund, and then through Jeffrey Chuff Foundation. So for the whole year, I think we have spent about close to 600,000 here. And these are some of the awards that we received, I think, last year. The other one, the first one is MSWG ASEAN Corporate Governance Award 2020. So we received the Industrial Excellence Award on construction category. I think on our annual report, we won a bronze award in this international award annual report competition under ARCH. And this is, we like to share and update everyone on Suncon embark on this ESG so-called milestone. Since 2015, we already embarked on this. And just to highlight that, just now I already shared that in 2020, yes, we will embark on another new journey under the TCFD. So it means that this is related to financial disclosure. Okay, with that, I would like to say thank you to all. I'd like to hand it back to Dr. Chairman. Thank you.